Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Reborn Reality. Mirror Image couldn't make it today, so I'm going to be covering the episode today. We're going to be looking at, I hope you're excited, Mesmer fashion tips.
Dude, get off my YouTube channel. Go back to your ballet. Huh. Whatever, guys. It's Friday. You waited for it.
The Mesmer Fashion Guide.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Friday episode of Reborn Reality. It is a Guild Wars 2 day. We are going to be discussing different armor types in the game that will make you look cooler. So we've already talked about, different builds on how to actually play well, but now we're going to talk about how you can actually look like a badass instead of just play like one. But before we jump into the different armors, I want to briefly discuss my favorite dyes. So you can look at the list of my favorite dyes. All you have to do to add a dye to your favorite is right-click it, and it's just as easy to get rid of it. All you have to do is right-click it again. Most of my favorite dyes are rares, except for gold. Gold is actually pretty useful to use on the sort of armor trimmings that you can have. I'll kind of explain that in a minute. But as far as my favorite colors, Celestial, best of the white dyes. It sort of has a glowy quality to it. It's basically the opposite of Abyss, which is the one I use the most, and that's basically the darkest black that you can have in the game. Black Cherry is my favorite of the reds. It has a very bloody quality to it, so I'll sort of display these so you can see what they look like. Wine is the best purple hue, so yeah, it kind of has like a Joker type of purple. So if you're going for a Joker look, you can mix that with evergreen grass, and your character will look kind of like the Joker. Obviously, I'm not showing that right here, but that is a possibility. And Midnight Ice is the best blue, I think. It has sort of, well, it's like Midnight Ice. It's a really dark blue that sort of looks like ice, but at night, at midnight. So there you go. But Abyss is probably the one I use the most, and I'm not even wearing matching pieces of armor right now. I guess it doesn't matter for this one. Anyways, those are my favorite dyes, but there's something else that we need to talk about before we go into the armor. There are different sheens on the different panels of your armor. There'll be a different number of panels based on what item you're looking at. For example, the helmet has 3 of these panels. Right now in the bottom right one, you'll see that this panel is darker than the other ones. These ones are more dull over here, while this one has a more sharp quality to it. This changes based upon the application of dyes. For example, if I put a Midnight Ice on this torso piece, and as you can see right now, the bottom right one is the darkest, but if I place Midnight Ice in all of them, the bottom left is the one that becomes the sharpest. And you can see that demonstrated in the armor by the color of this shoulder piece that wraps around. Now normally, especially with the Abyss dye, okay, somebody's like interrupting the video. A char guy, a tiger. And he's okay, whatever. But yeah, I always have random things pop up in my videos. But yeah, earlier I was trying to actually make this video by the waypoints, the new ones, and I had like 50 bajillion people running past me and aggroing everything in sight. And by the way, I'll put up something at the end of the video that'll show you how to get those waypoints if you're curious. But anyways, back to what's relevant. People really just come to this diving board and jump off. That's awesome. That is so fun. It's like real life. My god, I'm so ADD today. Alright, so but back to the sheen thing. That's kind of how you can plan your trimmings, so to speak. If you notice when I do this, this is the metallic part of the armor, and it will typically have the brightest or most metallic look to your armor. So that's the one where you want to usually use your golds or something like that, and your darker colors will generally be best if you apply them to the cloth part of your armor. I know we're light armor class, but there are little metallic pieces on our armor just the same. So this armor obviously is the Koff armor, which you can tell by the fiery gauntlets. I'm not actually displaying the shoulders or the helmet. I want to look a little bit more unique than everybody else that has Koff, since there are quite a people that have it. So I typically don't display the shoulders and the helmet. Also, if you wear the helmet for too long, your character's eyes will become bloody red, and I guess it's a bug, maybe it's on purpose, because the Koff armor makes your character demonic. so I don't know. But yeah. So to get this armor, you need to go to the Citadel of Flames, which is located in the Fireheart Rise region, right there. So that's where the dungeon's located. Typically, you need to be level 80 to run this dungeon. You don't have to be. That's not the actual requirement. It's about 70 or so. But there are a lot of people that do speed clears, and they will be mad if you don't know what you're doing. And sometimes they're even mad if you're just not level 80. So, yeah, a lot of elitists. But if you do path 1 and 2 twice a day, I would say, you could get the armor in about a week and a half. That's what I did. Path 3 just takes too much coordination to do with a pug group, and doing the paths 3 times usually isn't as viable as just doing it twice. I mean, you barely get any tokens for the 3rd run, at least when I was doing it, so. And I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Yeah, it is. Anyways, as far as weapons go, I really actually like the great sword that you can get at the Citadel of Flames. It goes really well with the armor, and it looks like a molten great sword, and it's pretty badass, as you can see. And so that's this armor that I like wearing, and you've seen it in a lot of other videos, I guess specifically the World vs. World video. The second one that I'm going to show you, you can get from a dungeon as well. I don't like paying for stuff. I'm a cheapskate, I guess. Also, I'm poor, because I spend money on dye when I shouldn't. But the first thing you're going to notice, once I switch the helmet, is that the helmet piece actually isn't part of the Honor of the Waves. You can get this Ogden's Mask off the trading post. And now that you can actually preview items, just find the cheapest sort of blindfold on the trading post, and then, you know, transmute it with the stones or whatever. And then you can get this look. But yeah, Honor of the Waves, that is located in this upper region. That's actually kind of close to Fireheart Rise, and I believe you do have to be level 80 to do this dungeon. It might be 75. It's been a while since I've gone in there, because I've had this armor for quite a while. But it's actually one of my favorite looks, and one of the armors that I specifically went for the aesthetic. Cough I just went for because I wanted Berserker's armor, but it turned out to be kind of cool. But I love the blindfold look and sort of a samurai kind of look, I guess. As far as weapons that go really well with this, I have to say the Fiery Dragon Greatsword and the Fractal's Torch just look amazing. That contrast of the blue flames and the red flames from the 2 weapons is awesome. So, yeah. And I'll show you the dye distribution since I'm not just doing all Abyss, but it's right here. So that's how you can get that look. So, there you go. And for the last one, this armor set is the one I probably get the most questions about, and it's of course the most complicated one to get if you don't own Guild Wars 1, because you have to have Guild Wars 1 to get this armor. And you get I'll post a link in the description. It'll detail how to get the points and everything. But this is called Heritage Armor. You can only get it by using your stone that takes you to the Hollow Monuments. It's a portal stone, and then you get these skins that you can kind of reuse and everything. It's probably one of my favorite armors in the game. A lot of people don't have it since, you know, it was from Guild Wars 1. It kind of looks dumb until you get the dyes right. And this one you can probably do the most with dye-wise. But I kind of have it so he looks sort of checkered, like a jester or something, because I really like that look. It looks kind of mesmerish. So there are other options that you can do with the dyes, incorporating the Black Cherry and Midnight Ice, for example. I'll go ahead and rearrange this really quick for you, I guess, and yeah, you can see what it looks like. Alright, so you're going to notice that the trimmings are, for this armor, always in the bottom right. So if you just put gold in all of these bottom right hand corners, it'll make this trimming gold. And then you can fill everything else with black. And then for the overcoat part, you can use whatever color you want. Black Cherry looks kind of nice with it. So I'll show you what that looks like really quick. And of course I'm doing it all wrong. Yeah, I guess it goes in the first slot here. Yeah, that's the overcoat section. And I like to keep the inside black. So there you go. There's the Black Cherry look. You can do the same with Midnight Ice. So, but this is the armor set that you can sort of do the most with. The top ones will always be the overcoat part. The bottom right is the trimmings, so to speak, and then the inside, or the bottom left, is the inside of the armor. So, And so that concludes the armor types. There is something else I wanted to share with you, the waypoints that I mentioned earlier, where I was originally making this video, which was stupid because at least 50 people interrupted the video and aggroed everything. There's like, well, first of all, I'll show you where the new waypoint is. The closest one is guard point, Decimus waypoint. If you go through this little sort of pathway here, you can get to it quite easily. But people were just running through here and aggroing like mobs of 20 guys, and then they're all attacking me, and I was like, I'm never gonna get this video done, and people are just gonna have to look nasty instead of pretty like me. But so you can get this waypoint by going to this one. And there's also another one which is located in Brisbane Wildlands. It's much easier. The one in Plains of Ashford that I just showed you didn't actually show up on my map. But this one right here, the new one, is located right here. All you got to do is go from Gallow Fields waypoint and travel down south just a couple of paces, and you'll get the new waypoint. Also, I don't know if I'm completely unobservant or something, but if you look up on your map, there's like this little hut thing in the mountains. I don't know if that's always been there, but if you zoom in, it looks like there's something under construction. I guess that must be the Hall of Monuments. It has to be. That just clicked. Wow. Sometimes I'm sort of blonde, I guess. Anyways, guys, that concludes the fashion episode. I'm sorry if it wasn't as bold or brilliant as you wanted it to be, but you can now look beautiful just like me. And remember to keep it real in reality. And by that I mean dress well also in reality. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, if you even want to. And please, if you dislike the video, you know, at least tell me why, so I know what to fix. I know some people dislike my Elder Scrolls videos because they didn't understand what the term immersion meant. And the guy was from Sweden, so I was trying to be nice to explain what immersion meant, but he disliked every Elder Scrolls video that I made. He just like went through them and disliked them because I complained about there not being enough immersion in other MMOs. But he thought immersion was like PvP. It was weird, but yeah. Anyways, so remember to keep it real in reality and look fabulous in Guild Wars 2.